Hello and welcome to a recap video from our first live Q&A session about design and AI. And in this type of session, you get the chance to ask any questions related to AI, to design systems and coding. So feel free to join us next time since we plan to do it more frequently. And in this video, I will cover four main topics. We will talk about the output of design systems, about visual consistency, design system for multiple devices, and finally the usage of the time and tokens in AI tools. So very shortly about us and the House of Maestro Academy. So we are here to teach about the craft of good design using the power of AI. And for this we are offering different ways of learning. So we have webinars where we introduce every month a new topic for designers, and so where you get a chance for some Q&A. Then we have workshops. So it's happening online 4 hours up to 2 days in person here in Berlin. So this is where you go through a full process, like starting from a real design brief to shipping online, and we will assist you in every step of the process. Then we will soon introduce courses. So this will be online only resources, including video tutorials, design kits and more. So you're going to pay once and get access forever, including lifetime updates, and you will be able to watch at your own at any time and at your own pace. So it will be courses like Figma Basic, starting with AI, Webflow for designers, or like Design Systems 101. And finally coaching. So this will be one-to-one sessions, mostly for solo studio designers or freelancer. And we will offer different tracks like AI foundations, AI for designers, or AI for design systems. So one of our first questions during the Q&A session was about how to get the correct output code according to your design system rules and not drift into Tailwind. And this is a very common issue if you don't give any reference or context to your AI tool. LLMs are trained on massive amounts of generic code based on popular frameworks like Tailwind or Bootstrap, for example. So you really have to fix this upstream and let the model know about your system rules before it generates anything. So that means that you will have to onboard your AI tool with a solid Figma file, including machine-readable variables, component specification, and constraints documents like a design MD file. And in these files, you will be able to communicate to your AI tool all the naming rules, the do's and don'ts, how to build and structure new components, and way more. And here you can see a few examples. So here we have two different prompts. And the first one on the top left, we insert a Figma link and we ask the AI tools to study this Figma document. So to look how the components are built, to look after the naming convention, and use this as a template or as a reference to build future components. And on the other prompt, we ask to specifically look after the variables and to really become a master of our variable structure, and also to build a skill on this and really understand where to use our tokens and where they should be used and not be used. And this is like a very specific skill based on only our variable. And the last screenshot is a little preview of your design MD file, and here you will be able to really insert all your rules and also your variables, so you can include your different colors, your typefaces. And the main advantage of this file is that it's also tool agnostic, so it's a pure markdown file. And here you will be able to also document and describe everything around how your AI tool should behave, or how should they create new components. So the next question was about visual consistency across AI image tools, and I will shortly read you the original question. So Midjourney, Photoshop, Illustrator, I'm trying to illustrate books and it's hard to make the main character and backgrounds look consistent from one image to the next. I've been using the three apps together, but it seems like there should be a better flow. So yes, most tools are not really designed for narrative consistency. It's mostly optimized for single image generation. One of the best practice would be to use like a reference, using a kind of character sheet as a fixed reference. So it could be a character reference sheet or like backgrounds reference, and really to save all of this as a library. It's a bit similar to like a design system. And from there you're gonna like generate your full or like complete picture. And I can also advise some specific tools like Figma Weave, Recraft, or Luma Labs. This is where you're gonna be able to set also like a specific workflow. So here in this example, we are in Luma Labs, and you can also even find different example of workflow so that you can use for your own project. So in this case, you'll be able to select a specific prompt, reference to different pictures, and then try to like at least achieve a more solid and more consistent visual workflow, especially if you are creating like a comic, for example. And here in Figma Weave you can see how this looks like. So we are still using different prompts, but we have here different spaces, and you can see this workflow, like the starting point, the different references, and on the right side your output. So again, you're going to use different references, like a character sheet, for example, different backgrounds. Then you can see here we have a kind of a style describer, so you're going to set the mood, the atmosphere. Then in the center, your illustration machine, this is how it's called here, that's going to like create new pictures, new outputs. And in this way, you're going to be able to create consistent, more consistent visuals. Like again, if you're creating, for example, a comic project. So the next question was about responsiveness, and the question was, how can I have the best design system setup for complex systems that adapt for multiple devices, and how can I keep everything documented in the AI era? So really the important thing to remember is to first really decide what's going to be constant, like the first layer. So set your foundations, what will never change in this responsive behavior. And also to choose where you want to design first. So depending what will be the most, like the biggest usage of your product. So it could be on mobile or on desktop. So let's say if you decide to work on a desktop version first, so you're going to set up your layout first, define your different grid, and then decide how to set different patterns, right? And from there, you're going to decide to create your first rules and also first viewports. And this is something you can describe, for example, in this design MD file. So you could, for example, set like 3 different blocks on a 12 column pattern, and then say that at a specific viewport, only use 2 blocks, and also reduce like to 6 column, and then finally just to 1 column for mobile usage. So you could create this rule inside your Figma file, but also describe it in your document. I would also advise to keep it simple for the first time. Make some tests before. See if your AI tool is understanding the rules. Make some simple tests. And then optimize really step by step. But really try to keep it simple first. Like we saw it in the first question, onboard your AI tool. Explain different rules. And the last question was about how not to waste too much time and tokens. And this is a very typical issue, and this will be important here from the very beginning, like we saw on the first questions, like to really onboard your AI tool, to add as much context as possible, to really narrow the scope, be precise in your instruction, and the context is key. The more you're gonna add, the more content you're gonna put, and the more reference you're gonna give the more precise your answers will be. And this is how you will save a lot of time and tokens. So, and to help you and to assist you in your daily work or daily life as a designer, we are currently working on this Solo Designer Starter Kit, where we put all our knowledge and everything you ask in this kind of framework. And it's basically a Notion workspace, also including Figma kits and templates. And this is where we put the documentation of every step of a design process. So in this Notion workspace, you will find all the steps that will allow you to create your design project and also to ship online. So you will start by having your client interview. So we're going to give you a questionnaire and a first template with all the relevant questions to ask to your clients. Then you're going to have the brief phase, and we're also going to give you a brief template and also some AI prompts and an AI assistant that will help you refine and have a clean brief. And then if you don't have any brand, we will set up for you a framework for your brand direction, also including some specific questions, some AI assistance. Here also including a Figma style guide, for example, or a Figma also branding style guide for the more visual part. Then we're gonna have the designs with also a specific UI workflow, also including a prompt library, and in this case we will also advise to use Claude Design as your junior designer that will help you make your first design drafts. Then we will have the design system. So you're gonna start to create your components, your first foundation, to be able to have a more consistent branding later if you start to create templates for your website or Instagram post or whatever you're gonna need to create your products. And finally, the shipping part. So also here we're gonna give you some advices and also some tools that you can use to be able to ship online, also to maintain all your products. So inside the Figma file, we gonna give you some design briefs first to practice and learn. So we have in this first version 6 different briefs. So there's a branding brief. So if you want to create a new brand, then we have a product design brief. So if you want to create landing page, for example, based on your branding style guide. There's a design brief for also a design system audit. So if there's or if you have an existing website and want to make it more consistent, how to create a design system out of it. Then we also included like the client interviews as exportable PDF file. We have a brand style guide, so we can visually place your logo, your colors, your typefaces, your imagery, your tone of voice as a A4 page. We have also a design system starter kit with some basic tokens and components. And finally, a guiding part where you're going to be able to ship your designs online. So we have a Webflow, but you can also use Claude Code and more. So depending of your project. So if it's just a simple landing page, Claude Code will be sufficient. But if you want to create a more complex website project, that will advise to use Webflow, for example. So join us and get early access. Here's the link. It's also inside our description. We will release this very soon, so just subscribe by using your email and get early access. We also have released 2 new free ebooks. One is called The Invisible Rules. So it's everything about design theory. So before starting to use AI and be able to have your own judgment, all the rules you're gonna need to know about design. So here you're gonna find it in our House of Maestro shop. And in the second guide, this is mostly what you will find inside our Solo Designer Starter Kit. But as a kind of preview, so we will show you the 6 stages of what we call the expedition. So yeah, how to ship a design project alone with AI in your pack. So now with AI you will be able to create a kind of digital team and also able to have more or create more skills that you maybe don't have as a designer, like content skills, coding skills and more, and also be able to learn even more faster. So yeah, this is where we explain you the 6 stages of this expedition, also available in our shop. So thank you very much for joining this recorded session. My name is Maxime. I'm the founder of House of Maestro. We are teaching, but we're also a design agency here in Berlin. So if you need any branding, website projects, a landing page, you can also call us. We have a newsletter where we're gonna share all the news, all the new webinars, new courses, free ebooks, and so on. And yeah, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will release a video from now on almost every week. So yeah, follow us, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.